Louisiana beer reviews. Samuel Adams Maple Pecan Porter. This was introduced in 2013, and this is part of their 2013 Spring Variety Sampler Pack. And we have a special guest today, Elizabeth. 5.6% alcohol. This beer has a 26 international bitterness unit, so it's sort of low on the bitterness scale. They use two-row pale barley malt blend, a two-row pale barley malt blend, always Samuel Adams pale barley malt, caramel 60, Munich barley malt, and Carafa barley malt. The hops are East Kent Goldings. Gets a good rating on Beer Advocate, an 88 out of 100 on Rate Beer, pretty good, and 80 out of 100 for the style. The style being a porter with flavor in it. Okay, maple syrup from Vermont with natural flavors added. You never know what that means. It's supposed to have a pecan type flavor. We're going to find out. And this beer, in case you need to know this, is kosher. Okay. Got a lot of water vapor coming out, a lot of smoke, as they say.
Yes.
Okay, there you go in your little shelf glass and my tasting glass.
I can smell it from this far away.
What do you smell?
I mean, I just got a whiff of the beer. I didn't think too hard about it. I just mean, like, it's strong that I can smell it from here without trying. It's just, yeah.
Porters, they were developed in England for the guys that unloaded the ships, the porters.
It smells bitter. Like it's gonna be bitter.
I don't think it's gonna be too bitter. Well,
I don't want a replay of last night.
Oh yeah, the cream stout. All right. Well, there's a thick kind of, what was that look like? Soapy, like.
It does look soapy, yes.
Yeah, like dishwashing liquid, but it's.
Maybe it'll taste like soap.
It's beige, and the appearance is kind of clear and reddish.
Yeah, very reddish when you hold it up to the light.
And brown when you're not holding it up to the light, and you can see some streaming bubbles, at least in my glass. Can you see any streaming bubbles?
The cat's watching.
Hey, kitty, 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 kitty. All right. I wish he wouldn't run. Let's go with the aroma test.
I don't smell any syrup.
I do. It smells like pancake syrup.
I'm not getting any.
I'm gonna go get some of that Aunt Jemima pancake mix and make pancakes and put this on it. I smell pancake syrup. And I smell barley malt, of course, and you smell the grain and maybe pecan shell, which I guess that's fake, because if it was real, they would say real pecans, real pecans.
I hate when people say pecan. That sounds like something you put next to a sick person's bed. It's a pecan.
Yeah, well, I think there's different ways to pronounce that name. Pecan, pecan, pecans. Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
Mm-hmm. Taste test. Okay.
Very fizzy.
I do pick up a nuttiness, like a pecan shell. I don't know what kind of flavor they're putting in. I pick up the maple syrup.
I think that cream stout just destroyed my taste buds last night. I'm not picking up.
Please. Well, I'm picking up breadiness, like brown bread crust, molasses a little bit, but really the maple syrup, that's a word people pronounce two different ways. The roastiness, it's like they took the malt, the barley, and they roasted it real heavy, to get it kind of dark.
You didn't talk about the wetness or the.
Well, I'm getting to that.
You usually get to it first. That's why I was.
No, I talk about the appearance, the smell, the taste, and the mouthfeel. Well, it's kind of light in the mouth, really. It doesn't feel too thick, does it?
No. It's really wet, but it's also very
it's kind of
carbonated.
Light. It's kind of light and watery, and you can feel the carbonation prickly on your tongue. So it's kind of light to medium, really. It's not super watery like natural light, but it's light to medium, and it's very sweet. You get a lot of sweetness in there, I find. Don't you find sweetness? And there's some bitterness at the end. I do get the bitterness.
Yes, I'm getting that.
Even maybe like a little pine cone, which I would not expect. It's not too dry. You say it's got a wet aspect to it. Feel.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's not too dry, and it finishes pretty mellow. And I mean, I could gulp it down, but
I like the
I'd like to
body.
sip it.
I like the body of the beer more than the flavor. Like I like that wetness and that. I mean, that's pleasant, but I'm not getting any pecan really.
They said it
I
had
guess
a
there is this sort of nuttiness in the aftertaste I'm sort of getting now that I'm not just like sipping at it, but
decent lacing. They said it had a pecan note. It wasn't like you're eating pecans, but if they
it was a
really,
really short note, like
yeah,
a post-it note.
they were emphasizing the maple syrup,
Which I'm not really.
syrup.
I feel like syrup is probably the correct way to say it, but syrup is the way that most people say it. But most people say most things incorrectly.
Well, I think it
Like
tastes pretty good.
familiar. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, axe. You better go act. You better go axe him first. Okay.
Not only in that dialect do people say axe.
Right.
Don't let him.
Well,
It's getting a little easier to drink as I go along,
how would I rate it?
which is like the opposite of what usually happens.
I'm gonna let you do the rating first. What would you rate it? A, B, C, D,
Um,
F.
a B plus,
B plus.
objectively.
Well, that's how we want it. We want it as objective as we can, but of course it is subjective because it's our opinion. I'm gonna give it an A minus. I'm gonna go one notch above you.
Okay.
So if you were on the beer and me, you would be giving it 3 stars, and I would be giving it 3.5. It's not too big of a difference. It is a good beer, and you would agree that it's worth trying out.
Sure.
And the variety pack was $14.95. That's not too bad.
I mean, don't expect it to taste like breakfast. I really am not getting the syrup.
But it would be a good.
If you do make those
breakfast beer.
pancakes and pour these on top, or pour this on top, please make a video.
Yeah, now I'm just going to use the syrup.
Special cooking segment.
I'm just going to use the. Okay, so, well, we're going to. This brings us to the end of another Louisiana beer review, and I'm going to say, les bon temps relais. This is a very good to excellent beer, and I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to warming and sunny Southeast Louisiana. Any closing comments? Excuse me.
I think that just about took care of it. Super Sunday. Enjoy yourselves. Have some nice beer. Some crawfish if you're lucky.
Yeah, or crayfish.